Hey, what's up YouTube? It's ICU, and today I wanted to put this 2-week follow-up review out for my iPhone 11 Pro Max underwater test. You guys might remember that 2 weeks ago, once the device is launched, I tested the Pro Max in the deep end of a pool for 30 minutes. Now, that test was great, but a lot of you pointed out that I didn't actually go into details about whether or not all functionality remained intact after the fact. So this is my follow-up to that. We're going to be answering whether it can charge either wired or wirelessly, whether the cameras still function, if they have moisture in them at all, how the speakers sound, basically what the device is like now 2 weeks later, and whether or not that water resistance has maintained and held up since it was dropped into a pool. Before we begin, 2 quick things. One, if you happen to miss the original video, definitely check that out. I'll have it linked in your cards as well as down below in the description right now. And then 2, I am still rocking a front screen protector that's been cut to fit the back on the 11 Pro Max just because I don't want to deal with scratches. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, so spoiler alert, TLDR, everything works just fine, guys. So looking at the cameras first, there's no moisture in any of the 3 lenses on the 11 Pro Max. The cameras actually still take fantastic images. They weren't affected in any way, shape, or form. And again, the picture quality has only gotten better thanks to the recent Deep Fusion update. I'm running iOS 13.2 beta right now, which has that integrated. Now next, charging works just fine. Again, I've been using it every single day as my daily phone for the past 2 weeks. It works whether we're talking wired or wireless. So yep, wireless charging works as well. The screen is just fine. There's no weird glitching, lines, or really anything wrong with it whatsoever. Now next, what about the speakers? Because that is the big sticking point, right? Will the speakers still work after dropping it in a chlorinated pool? The answer to that is yes, they do. So let's go ahead and play a sound right now. It's going to be kind of hard to pick up just because, again, it is being recorded by my microphone, which then in turn is being played through your speakers. But trust me, firsthand experience, it works just fine. Now, before you get all excited and go dropping it into a pool yourself or anything other than just straight up water, you need to know that there was actually an issue with my iPhone the day after I dropped it in water because I forgot to rinse it out. See, if you drop it in something that's like, for instance, a pool with chlorine or in the ocean with salt water, what's going to happen is that water that gets stuck inside of the speaker grill, charge port, really any of the areas or crevices that it can get stuck into inside of a phone, then once the water evaporates, it's going to leave behind those deposits. Anything extra that's not just water is going to be stuck inside of there, and it's going to build up layers over time, especially if you do it more than once. So in order to solve this, what I did was I just ran it under some warm tap water, okay? And I used a very, very, very mild detergent. Not a lot of it. I just used some, again, super mild hand soap. And once I did that, I let it run under the tap for several more minutes with lukewarm water. Then after that, I downloaded this app from the App Store. I'll have that linked down below as well. And I set it to 165 hertz and I let it play for maybe 20 minutes because 165 hertz is the optimal frequency to actually push water out of the speaker system. It's pretty phenomenal that something like this exists. So that basically pushed the water out of the speaker system using the drivers themselves, which again, super cool stuff. I also did leave it in indirect sunlight, not direct sunlight, because that can compromise the integrity of the watertight seal. And I also did put a fan on it just to speed up the process. It wasn't in indirect sunlight for very long either. So definitely don't put your phone in direct sunlight for any longer than a couple minutes, if at all. I really do not recommend it. So yeah, what I said in the first video definitely holds up. The iPhone 11 Pro Max is deep end certified. So that's the follow-up, guys. That's what I did to, again, ensure that this iPhone 11 Pro Max is still working and functioning perfectly fine after dropping it in the deep end of a pool. And again, it definitely still works and holds up with resisting water. If you guys want to see another follow-up video like this, definitely let me know down below in the description, because there is always the odd chance that something else could go wrong. I may also do a more in-depth or comprehensive test, or even push it beyond what we did 2 weeks ago. Let me know below if you guys want to see something like that. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos similar to this one, and of course, all that good jailbreak related content. And until next time, this is ICU signing out.